Hi, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. So, I've been a bit ill. You can still hear it in my throat, and I'm a little bit coffee and not coffee, but I have a bit of a cold. So I do apologize for how I sound a little bit, but I feel so much better, and so I wanted to do these readings now. Gemini, if you listened to me before, you probably have been hoping for, or thinking, maybe not hoping, but thinking that I was going to do a love reading here today. I just feel like with everything that's taking place right now, with all the information that I'm receiving, with the ascension that I feel is going on right now, I just feel like the love readings are a little bit outdated, and I don't mean to disrespect or sort of look down on relationships in any way, shape, or form. I'm saying quite the contrary. I think that I think that we're gonna come into a situation right now where a lot of beautiful relationships are being formed because we're coming higher and higher up as a collective and closer into the love vibration. So I'm not saying that nobody has ever loved anybody in the past, but I'm saying we haven't been in the love vibration as we have loved somebody else. So can we love somebody else if we're not in the love vibration? And maybe that's the missing link, the missing piece. We have been thinking about it in it from a, like, if you can't love yourself, you can't love another. Well, if you're not in the love vibration whatsoever, you can't love another, because you're not coming from love. You're coming from trying to understand yourself, and mostly out of restriction and fear. And I'm not trying to be a downer or a doomsday person here now. It's just, facts, basically, because we are in the lower vibrations, but we're climbing up there now. So I feel like we now have a chance. We're now coming into the love vibration, or a lot of us is choosing it anyway. And from that standpoint, from that perspective, coming into a yummy situation with another person, looking at each other from source, basically, looking at each other with unconditional love, where they don't need to fulfill any sort of criteria. It is just a match because you're both in the love vibration, which could be so beautiful. So what I want to do is I just want to continue to focus on information. This is what I'm asking for: information, inspiration, and humor. And although most of the humor is at my own expense, I can completely deal with that. I think that humor is right up there with love. I think that the lighter we get, the more sort of not so serious and whatever, the better we're off, I think. So I'm just going to focus on sort of basically your journey right now in the midst of everything that's going on. And if you feel like this is about my love relationship, you put it there. If this is about your business, if this is about you and your ascension, you put it there. You put it whatever it fits. So I hope you're not too disappointed. I'm quite excited about this new old new thing. So Gemini, what is going on for you on your journey right now? And this is basically all of September, but it's a little bit towards the end of August until the end of September 2021. What is going on for Gemini, please? Gemini. Information, inspiration, and humor. IIS. Ease, ice. You seem to be at some sort of crossroads, or some sort of, like, you have some choices to make. This could also be typically Gemini. Typically Gemini has always a lot of choices to make, because you have a lot of things going at once. You're not this is completely generalizing Gemini, by the way, but you're not typically the person who has one thing going for you, and when that one thing is sort of sorted out, you move on to the next. You have probably 10 things going at the same time, and you might finalize them every once in a while, but it's more like before you finalize them, you have a new project that you're excited to start. So this is about choosing wisely, which means rather than choosing the right choice, coming from a very wise place as you choose. It might feel like I'm saying the same thing, but it's quite different. There's no right choice. Does that make any sense? If you just sort of, you can never really go wrong. You can never really choose wrong, because even though it feels like you might have chosen wrong, like you would argue and say, oh yeah, I've chosen wrong. I've chosen wrong. Let me tell you that. That wrong path led you to an even righter one, to an even, and let's not use right or wrong. Let's use a wiser choice. It's allowed for you to come closer to your own path, to the path that you really want to be on, if that makes sense. You're never really off your own path, but I think you're hearing what I'm saying. This is a time where you come from, maybe in the past you've chosen what would have given you the much, I can't talk. Maybe in the past you would have chosen something that would have given you the most money, given you the most credit, given you the most validation, giving you the most like boost to your caring what other people think. Coming from a wise place and choosing from a wise place means you're choosing from wisdom. You're choosing from that which will give you the most satisfaction, give you the most passion, give you the most joy, the most love, and probably what will then ripple effect out to others. It's not so much about comparing and competition anymore as it is really coming from a heartfelt place, if that makes any sense. Can we clarify this card for Gemini, please? This is two birds flying in the same direction here. Two birds flying in the same direction. So almost like somebody's overseeing this situation here as well. Like there's a protector, or there's like a guardian. There's a guardian of some sort that is like protecting somebody else. If you're that somebody else and you feel like you have a protector with you, a guardian angel or a guardian, like a human guardian, or if you're the guardian, you feel like you need to protect somebody else, a child, a friend, a spouse. There's some guardian things going on there. Two people, two birds. Birds with the same feather flock together. There's this, like I just started out this reading with saying, like more and more that you're coming into the love vibration, and more as you sort of, you're in a specific frequency, you resonate with other people with that specific frequency. So it's like whatever you are right now, you're attracting the same. And you do that all day, every day. It's interesting when people say this law of attraction stuff doesn't work. Sort of do though. It works because you're manifesting the same things over and over. You're manifesting so alike what you manifested yesterday, it looks like nothing has changed. And you're manifesting stuff that maybe you don't want to manifest, but that's not because law of attraction doesn't work. It's because you're manifesting things out of a vibration, a lower vibration that says, I can't get a beautiful partner. I can't seem to have their perfect body or health. I can't have enough money. I can't, whatever that is. That's a vibration that is going to cause that exact result. And then you might say law of attraction doesn't work. It works perfectly. It works accordingly to the vibration that you're sending out. You're now coming into the wisdom. You're coming into love. Like I said, as a collective, we're more and more moving into the love vibration, or a lot of us at least are choosing it. And more wisdom, understanding of ourselves and others, and coming from that place, vibrating from that place, you're starting to attract to yourself what you would consider to be to your liking. Now is the time when you probably start to say, hey, this law of attraction thing works. It has always worked, but now it's working from a vibrational standpoint where you like what you're attracting, if that makes sense. Feels like that was really daycare for some of you guys, and maybe even completely new news for somebody else. So it's like a range of people listening to this. We have very like beginner spectrum and very master spectrum there. I just heard put it down. I was on my way to put it back. I don't know why. a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships. There you go. Deep and lasting spiritual insights. So this is the Ace of Raphael, and yeah, this is a clarification. I did. I started asking why this is here. I started shuffling and then I stopped and I talked and then this came out. So this choose wisely. Birds that flock together. Two birds flying in the same direction. There's a guardianship happening here. The Ace of Raphael, there's a new energy entering your life right now. There's a new feeling. There's a new understanding. And there's a new emotional experience. So that's what I'm talking about. Like how you, okay, so now law of attraction is going to work. Well, now it has always. Well, now you're going to like what you're attracting. And because you're raising your vibration, you're coming into higher frequency, higher vibration, which then leads to a different emotional state. Does that make sense? You're going to start to experience all of these different emotional states because you're in a different vibration. Ace is a new beginning. It's the highest possible energy in any situation. So you're getting in there. I see the dolphins playing in the back. And the dolphins to me is they're just so playful and they're so wise and they're so sharp. Like they're so clever. Like very otherworldly for me. And so there's a lot of play. There's a lot of like, I don't know if this is, again, it's a very different spectrum here today. I feel the sort of Gemini collective here today stems from a very, so if I say, okay, you need to take a very, like a much more playful approach to things. I feel like the other spectrum of that would say, no, I don't. It's all I do. All I do is play. So there's like this range of going from a beginner to maybe being a little bit more serious. One doesn't mean that it has to be the other. You can be a beginner in understanding all of this just at the very beginning stages of your awakening. And if you feel a little bit offended that I'm saying that, you definitely are a little bit in your beginning stages. If you're not offended by that, if you completely understand what that means, you're more towards the master, you're more towards the understanding of it. But there's like be honest with yourself. You feel where you fit on this spectrum. Where do you fit when it comes to being more playful? To not take life so seriously. To just loosen up and lighten up a little bit and sort of just go with the flow and just sort of, yeah, so this is life. And I'm just stepping now into a new emotional place, a new vibrational place. And in order for you to get in there and stay there and really practice this vibration is to loosen up. Look at the world from a way more playful, childlike, dolphin-like place. What else for beautiful Gemini? Interesting beginning here. There's definitely a union about to take place. I don't feel like this necessarily has taken place just yet. I feel this two birds of the same feather flock together, like two birds traveling in the same direction. Two dolphins playing next to each other, and a new emotional experience with a fulfilling romantic relationship combined with a spiritual union. It looks like a butterfly, like butterfly wings in the back there. Like the yellow are sort of forming butterfly wings, which for me sort of is telling that, okay, we'll go from a caterpillar situation, which is a lot of in Swedish, caterpillar, into a butterfly. We've completely sort of bloom into this butterfly now to the next level of a relationship. This is a spiritual union. So what does that mean? It means like, if you come from the love vibration, I would say you are in a spiritual union. The love vibration and spirit itself, that's what spirit, that is, the love vibration is what spirit is manifested physically in its highest vibration. So the spiritual union, it could be like a very telepathic connection here. It can be that you're really two birds flying in the same direction. You have an understanding of each other. This cup of love that comes up from this spiral, from this creation of the universe, this cup of beautiful golden cup of love. So it's a representation of the new age, not the new age, the golden age, the golden ray. And on top of that, we have, if you look at this cup, it actually has an infinity sign sitting on that cup. So it's like, this is for eternity. This is for infinity. This is a connection of a lifetime. I said it wasn't going to be a love reading, and it might not still be, but this, you know, this is a love reading if nothing else. So there's a coming together for sure. It's a third green card. Maybe somebody's working on the green card as well. It's a third border with green, which speaks about the wholeness of yourself, the healing of yourself, coming together with like-minded people, just having that understanding. Let me just clarify the spiritual union here. Why is the spiritual union here for Gemini, please? Wow. Very red. Base chakra and open up. And now it got, it's a mirror effect here, but because for you it looks like 41. When I held them like this, it's still 41. So I was going to say it's like a 14 situation. But it's also 41. So yeah, they're really talking about the mirror effect there. So one thing at a time here. Base chakra and open up. I just feel like, okay, so in the base chakra, there's home, family, support, foundation, economy, just everything that feels steady. Like, you know, when your base chakra is out of order or out of alignment, you are a little bit scared of your finances. You're scared of how, like, if the family foundation is shaking a little bit, you sort of wonder where your next meal is going to come from. If it's really, really bad, like, you want to tend to those things first. So nothing much else works. You just need to really focus on your income, your work, how to lay the most safe and beautiful foundation for yourself, if that makes sense. And so, hold on. Okay, continue on here. Needed to pause the video for various reasons. Okay, base chakra and open up. So, if there's been sort of hardship there in the base, like around your family, support, money, blah, blah, blah. It feels like this is like, you're starting to come into wisdom now. You're starting to make different, emotionally different choices. You're coming up to a higher vibration, which means that the base chakra, laying a new foundation for yourself, is going to start to be different. You're not going to have to work for money or work for the relationships or work for whatever your sort of Achilles heel is, if that makes sense. Like, if you're not struggling with money, you might be struggling in the relationships. If you're not struggling in the relationships, like the foundation of them. Does that make sense? You might even be in a relationship, but there has always been sort of like a conflict, or like the foundation has never just been really, really, really strong. But now you're coming into this. There's an opening up here as well. So we see this beautiful shift within you, like you really are blossoming and you're just coming into this next level, this next phase of yourself. This is very much unmasking or unveiling, undoing yourself, losing this identity that I talk about a lot, like losing the character of who you have been, dropping the role of who you've been playing, to come into this place where this is your most authentic self. Laying a foundation for yourself here with the base, and then really opening up Number 1, new beginning, brand new energy. Number 4, it's a heart matter and laying a new foundation. So there is some sort of new, there's a spiritual union happening. If this is not a person, like a one-on-one person, it's a spiritual union. It's like coming back home, connecting with source. We're laying a new foundation for that, opening up, connecting to source. We're going to look deeper into this. I'm going to move into the extension and see what else I can find there for you, going deeper into the message. So if you feel like, yeah, this is your reading, you're so welcome there. The link to the extension is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, Gemini. I hope to see you back soon. Bye, guys.